Okay, going to do a gear review. I'd like to say new, but I don't have enough money to buy new stuff as I'm have plenty of other opportunities. Sorry everyone, you can tell I'm tired. Um, Hoping that this will help me get some good information out there, get things out there you guys might enjoy, and then also help me sleep because I'll feel like I have a sense of accomplishment. Okay, so now we're going to switch the camera around if I can figure out how to do this live. If not, I'll edit the crap out of this. And ta-da, what I've been looking for around a year. Something that says Marshall, something that's more powerful than what I had. This wonderful practice amp that served me well for about a year. Has many, many features I love other than just the Marshall logo. And then for you longtime fans, the mystery cabinet I got suckered into buying at the local pawn shop. I keep going back and forth whether it's a PA cabinet from PV or a bass cabinet. The only way a good friend of mine said to figure it out was to go ahead and take it apart and look at the speakers and grab the serial numbers off them. But this thing is old and built from a different day. So the black finish is one piece of vinyl, and if I start to take apart the components, the vinyl comes off, and the thing is about at least 15-20 years old, so it might not come back together if I completely pull it apart. So all right, let's get on to the serious part here. So one of the things I really liked about the smaller practice amp was the sound of it for an analog. The wattage, considering its size, but the big limitation was it only had a 10-inch speaker, so even as you got towards really using the capacity of the wattage, that one 10-inch speaker was not enough. I then attempted to use that to drive this bad mother, but it was a real challenge. Just could not get a consistently good signal. Then I used various preamp devices as post amps to try and give it 10 dB gain. Helped a little bit. The only thing I could consistently get to sound good was this Rogue bass, which is kind of weird. The 4 pickups on it, essentially one for each string, instead of your typical setup of volume, volume, tone, tone. It's literally 4 pickups, each with their own individual volume control. So it's one loud ass bass. I could get that working through the cabinet pretty good with the post amp and the 30-watt Marshall. But the Les Paul, the shredder, the acoustic, any of the other stuff, not so much. So I've been wanting this particular model for some time. But it's around $700-800. Guitar Center, Sweetwater, even Amazon had it. The only way you could get a discount on this head was to go ahead and buy it with the Marshall speaker cabinet. They give you a pretty good discount on both, but then your combined price is well over $2,000, and that's, you know, I couldn't even afford $800 for the head. So what I had intended to do was to swing by the pawn shop. And last time I was there, they had a Randall cabinet with two 12-inch speakers, which I was pretty sure this Marshall could drive. Now, somebody had picked that bad boy up, and then I saw my dream. Dun da da dun, dun da da dun. A little beat up, obviously used, but for a third of the list price, or a third of the price even Guitar Center provides, which is 40% off list. Really couldn't pass it up, even though I can't afford it. All right, the other major awesome things about this, as compared to the 30-watt I had, is that although the digital effects are really, really good. On the 30 watt amp, they're all driven off of one knob. And that was a little difficult for me. So I had to go ahead and get the optional foot switch, which provides a lot of really cool control. So I have it set up as tuner kill. This is right to left. Tempo, you just hit this faster or slower to change your delay or chorus speed. Overdrive 1, overdrive 2. Completely clean with just a touch of chorus. That helped, but I still really dug the delay, and it was so difficult to get to the delay considering it was on one knob with the rest of the FXs. Now lo and behold, dun, 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 with this particular lovely model, they have split off the delay to its own knob, its own control. So not only can you get better, more hands-on access to your delay, which is my favorite effect, but it adds a couple of additional delays. Gives you a classic emulation of your standard tape delay, which is what was used heavily on Rush's 2112 album. Love that sound. You know, you hear the first chord of the overture, then Alex Lifeson mutes the strings, and you hear the da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. That's a tape delay. This will emulate a tape delay and a reverse tape delay, and then you can blend them for a real mind-blowing sound. All right, what else does this awesome thing have? Well, 100 watts, which is enough to drive the 6 8-inch speakers in this cabinet with absolutely no problem. I almost blew my eardrums out. All right, let's go around. A little dangerous path here, past the instruments. Now, all right, on the back here, the lighting's really bad, so I'll talk you through this. We have the ability to support 2 different cabinets, so you could go stereo. Obviously, I only have 1 cabinet to support. The foot switch comes in through the back, unlike the front of the 30 watt practice amp, which was really a pain in the ass. Way too much stuff going in on the front of that. You've got your foot switch, you've got your instrument, you've got your MP3 player, you've got your line out, and the foot switch on the front. So I had to put all kinds of little doodads, cable management items on that cheap desk just so I could manage the front of that amp. Well, now most of that is back here, and it drapes very nicely away from the front of the amp. So the only thing I have coming in the front of this stack now is just the instrument and the foot switches around the back. All right, most of the family's in bed. Let's see if I can adjust the volume on this in such a way as it won't cause anyone to run down the stairs with a want to injure me. Okay, so again, the trick here is to be able to demonstrate this for you folks without someone running down the stairs and me winding up in divorce court in the morning. So what I've done here, starting with the Les Paul, I'm going to put it in the bridge position only, split coil, so I have the minimum output, volume all the way down. Got my gain on like 7 so we can get some distortion tone. Master is very low. The master, like on these CFGs or CFXs, I'm sorry, is just unbelievably hot, and is really designed to drive external cabinets, in my opinion, many of them. So I have that turned down pretty low, and then we've got the volume here. So let's see what we get. That's not bad. Alright, so you hear that? Just by hitting this button number 3, I can change the duration or the delay propagation, essentially is what it is. And I can even change it. Right now it's just a standard digital delay. Haven't had enough chance to monkey around with it yet. To switch between the tape delay to give it more of that classic 2112 sound, and then the reverse tape delay, and then I'll really be pushing the envelope once I start to try and blend those. Alright, so let's just see how she sounds. We'll go 1 split coil, just to be creative, 1 open coil, and we'll just have a little bit of fun and see what happens. Alright, let's try some clean tones. A little harder than that seems. When you got this much power, it's very easy to overdrive something. All right. Can I do one more song? Or is my blood sugar too low? No? I'm good. All right. Let's think another original. Let's see. Oh, that might have sucked, but I feel better. Let's see how it turns out.